he came in and had a lot of meetings, and a lot of the first meetings were a little struggle with some of my management team because they're like, well, how are you going to change it? And Sean's like, well, I need to find a baseline first. Let's figure out what I'm dealing with. So I saw what he was doing, and he, in a year and a half, we have 2 or 3 salespeople that had left us back several years ago that are back working for us, that reached out to us and said, we want to come back to work. We don't have any problems hiring salespeople now. We got a great staff. If you look at my staff now versus what it was 2 years ago, it's night and day. It's just so different. And it's really, that's what Sean's done. You know, then he came in and he brought Reed in, and Reed started doing some things with the BDC, and wow, that went from here to here. And then we struggled. We had some situations in service, and Sean kind of became one of my guys, my small inner circle of people that, you know, when I had a question or a comment or whatever, I would call Sean and say, hey, I need to sit down and talk to you. In this business, you have a lot of acquaintances. You don't have any close inner circle, and he kind of became that pretty quick. Well, now you look at us, what we're doing. You know, he's brought Justin in on the service side, and you know, our service business is going, and our BDC, Reed's coming in and doing stuff with our service BDC, and it's going this way, and our culture now is in such a different scenario than it was 2 years ago.
After being in this business for 35 years, he opens up my eyes with stuff that I didn't know. So when I sit there and say that I think I'm a pretty good trainer, no, Sean Kelly's he's the nuts and bolts of getting people. You give him the tools as to what he can help with, and he comes up with a plan. He puts the plan together. He gets everybody involved. I gotta tell you, I've never worked with a training company that is as good as Sean. Compared to other training companies that I have, they come in, they train, and they leave. I'll tell you one quick story. I had a phone company when I started here. I didn't listen to the phone conversations. I had a phone company that called me and said, can I do some dummy phone calls and call your salespeople? I'm like, yeah, absolutely, go ahead. Well, when he reported back to me, they sucked. And so Sean came in, and I told him what I was doing. He goes, we do this. And I said, well, why haven't we? And he says, well, because your predecessor just didn't put it on his plate. We didn't need to worry about it. I said, well, listen to these. He listened to them, and we were both in agreement that yes. And so Sean goes, I do it. And he goes, I'll do it. And I'm like, okay. And I said, I'm going to give you 90 days. And if in 90 days I don't see it going in the right direction, I said, I'm firing you, and I'm hiring the other company. Well, it didn't even take 90 days. It was 60 days. We put a script together. The salespeople followed the script to a T, and we still follow up with that training on it. So, you know, Sean listens. Sean listens to what you need. Sean is very observant. You know, I just honestly, I don't know if we would be where we are without the help of him.
Hi, my name is Tony. I'm a service director for well over 4 decades. And through my career path, I've been able to hit certain objectives. But recently I met Sean from Car Motivators, and he has been helping me over the last couple of years with aspirational training and coaching. And it has made a great deal of difference in my approach with my coworkers, with my staff, with my customer base, and with my objectives, which were primarily my home life objectives. He has helped me figure out how to have that great balance between my home life and my career. And he is actually probably one of the most instrumental people in my whole career. And it's through his coaching and his people that he has also had come into my store and their impact on my coworkers that has really made a big difference in my life.
Greetings. I would like to share a coaching session about myself and Car Motivators. During observational coaching session with Sean and I discussed selling more services to increase my dollars per RO. In addition to selling services needed immediately, Sean and I Also talked over about selling in the yellow. Sean coached me in providing the information on selling in the yellow to my clients, and it has made a tremendous impact on my dollars per RO and has grown my relationship with clients and improved my CSI. Thank you.
Yeah, so I've seen Sean and Justin, both of the car motivators. I see Justin on a normal basis of every other week or so. I also call him when I'm not here. I call him on my way home from work. I email him, I text him. He's almost kind of like a therapist at times. So I confide a lot in him as far as the issues I'm having and the concerns I'm seeing and different ways to kind of fix it. Some scenarios that he's had at the dealerships he's worked at. Just kind of giving you the confidence and the booster that you need to go up and say, hey, this is what I need to do to fix the service department. I'd like to say it's drastically improved. Before car motivators were here, before Justin and Sean were coming in, there was not really anybody to answer to. You had an issue where if you had concerns with the service manager that was in here, or a parts manager, or a general manager, nobody would go around that manager for fear of retaliation or getting stabbed in the back. Once they started seeing the consultants come in and ask questions and talk to other people to find out what's at the heart of the concerns we're having, people started opening up and saying, hey, this is what we got going on, this is what we're seeing, this guy's doing this. It's just not a real good place to work because of these issues. Nobody wants to try to address them. Now that we've got over some of those barriers, things are getting a lot better. People are happier, they're coming to work, they're making money, they're making time. Revenue is as far as bringing in more vehicles, more technicians, increasing the hourly rate, adjusting the prices on parts and service menu items. Absolutely. He's given me the experience or the uplift to make the changes I need to make.
Game changer?
Absolutely. I would think so.
And so metric coaching helped me identify where I could get better at the desk. And as a result, I'm holding much better on trade-ins now.
So Rolando, he's a guy that's been up and down for the past year, and he's got all the skill set in the world. He's bilingual. He's a great salesperson, right? He's been up and down. But what Car Motivators has done through, not just through you guys talking with him, but through you coaching Flint, my new car director, helping him work with him as well. It's just added the confidence to him. He had his best month ever in December. He sold 26 and a half cars. He sold, over 60 for the last quarter. He just did a really, really good job. His trajectory is definitely pointed up.